Okay, how many of you were just a little bit scared? I know I was caught off guard. Sometimes being afraid can be playful and silly. Sometimes being afraid involves a little bit of suspense, maybe even horror. As we read The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe in the upcoming pod, we're going to see how the author uses feelings, thoughts, and the emotions of a character in order to create some suspense and horror. To get your mind thinking about some prior background knowledge, maybe you've already read a book about a creepy character or it had a frightening setting. Take some time to think about that in your mind right now. So, our big question in this unit is, can all conflicts be resolved? We're going to continue to work on this big question as we add some more information when we're reading The Telltale Heart. We're going to see a great example of man versus self conflict as we get into the thoughts and actions of a man before and after a murder. The purpose of today's lesson is just to give you an overview of the story and some of the skills we will be working on in this pod. We're going to start in week 1 by discussing elements of a plot. We're going to talk about each part and how it contributes to the whole diagram of the events within a short story. In week 2, we're going to dive into the text and start reading the story. As you read, use a graphic organizer to help you take notes on what you're seeing and thinking as you read the story, paying particular attention to past experiences of the characters, personality of the characters, the state of mind of the characters, and the current situation that the characters find themselves in. In week 2, we're going to start to analyze some of the characters. We're going to talk about the difference between round characters and flat characters. Then we'll do a comparison between the two characters. We're going to talk about how they have some similar traits, but choose to reveal them in different ways. And finally, we're going to continue to work on vocabulary that's found in the story, as well as writing conventions. We're going to be talking about some grammar rules when it comes to nouns and pronouns. And we're going to do a quick word study on suffixes. Now that I've given you a brief overview of the upcoming pod, take a few seconds to read the brief summary here on this slide, then answer the quiz questions below.